Thank you, Fabio, and thank you also for the opportunity, right, to be here with you talking to uh, companies in the state of Florida. I'm originally from Miami, so I'm very happy to be doing this webinar with you and providing support to those interested in the Brazilian market. One that can present a lot of opportunities for the state, um, just because of the connection that Brazilians and the state of Florida has had for many years. So I'm going to go over a brief presentation about what we can do for you here in Brazil, and also talk a bit about market realities and things to keep in mind as you consider this market, um, for opportunities. So again, I'm Nicolas Rubio. I'm the director of the Agricultural Trade Office in Sao Paulo, part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. My office is based in Sao Paulo. Next slide, please. But in addition to our office here in Sao Paulo, which is very focused on the trade promotion, as well market analysis and market intelligence, we also have two important offices that can support your efforts in this market in Brasilia. One of them is what we call our Office of Agricultural Affairs, one responsible for maintaining the bilateral relationship with the Brazilian government in terms of agriculture issues and food and beverage trade. And also, they do quite a bit of important market intelligence reporting that they're publicly available. And also, we have the Animal Plant Health Inspection Service, or APHIS. It's an office, again, based in Brasilia. They focus not only on the Brazilian issues, but also trade discussions, retention of U.S. products in the Mercosur region, so Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina. And if you have information, you're looking for information about our footprint and everything that we do here in Brazil, there's our website, www.usdabrazil.org.br. Next slide, please. I mentioned market intelligence. It's one of the most important pillars of our work here in Brazil. Basically, you can go into our website, either our USDA Brazil website or our agency's website, fas.usda.gov, and go into game reports. These are reports that are publicly available, updated either on an annual basis or biannual basis, depending on the report. But essentially, you can find for free uh, information about how to work this market, production updates, trade policy issues. My office specifically is in charge of providing the exporter guide to give you a sense of what is it that you need to do in order to export to this market. We also do ingredients, if you're looking at that sector, food service industry report. And then we also have a series of what we call market access briefs. Again, looking at specific commodities uh, and giving you a sense of the process in order to get that product into the market. Next slide, please. All right. So now we'll get into the market opportunities. Next. All right. So this slide right here, it's in essence the various American products that we see or that we think have a strong potential in the Brazilian market. One trend that is not only happening in Brazil but in many parts of the world is that consumers are trending and looking into healthier products, a more natural lifestyle, and that's driving the demand for products or ingredients that are perceived as healthy and nutritious and that provide those attributes for for the consumer. And one of the things to keep in mind about Brazil, as many of you may know, it's a country, it's a big country, as Fabio mentioned as well. Over 200 million people. It can be a complex market, so it's one where you have to really put the effort, do your homework, and use the resources provided by USDA in Brazil, or our colleagues in the Foreign Commercial Service and others, to really understand and work in this market. But because of some of those issues of bureaucracy that you deal with when working in Brazil, a lot of these products, at least for us, our American products, can be considered a premium uh, product, and that's mainly a function of you know exchange rate volatility or the cost of business. But even with all that, our products are looked at as products with quality, and that especially the high end consumers in Brazil are looking for, again, to improve their lifestyle, their health, and have those new trendy products that they see quite a bit in the US when they travel, for example, to the state of Florida. So in this slide, again, if you look at, we have it divided in three areas: intermediate products, consumer-oriented products, and bulk products. And you will see that our market share is still pretty limited. It's small. If you look specifically on consumer-oriented products, we're talking about a 5% market share, but we can definitely do better. Next slide, please. And why do I say that we can do better? So I tried to give you a picture here with this pie chart. These are numbers from 2019, full calendar year of our previous year. And Mercosur, you will see on the consumer-oriented product, those three countries, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, have the largest market share in Brazil with 37.1%. And that's a function of two main reasons: proximity to the market, their neighbors of Brazil, but also their customs union. So they have access to this market duty free. So that makes a difference when it comes to the price points of the various products that you'll find in this market. But then you look at the European Union, and we focus on the 15 major suppliers from the EU. The market share for those countries, it's basically 29%, or it was 29% um, last year. However, the EU still faces a lot of the same challenges that we face, or American exporters face, when they're working in Brazil. Um, Exchange volatility, bureaucracy, high cost, the cost of business, and tariffs. So what, as we look at this market, and me as an American living in Brazil, as I go into a lot of the high end retail stores, I'll see a lot of these European products, and that are as expensive as many important products that I see here. And I know we can do better, but it does take effort to work in Brazil. And again, we're always available to help you and help you navigate any challenges that you may encounter. Next, please. In terms of opportunities or some of the market realities about Brazil. So uh, the United States is a trendsetter in Brazil. It's not hard to win the hearts and minds of Brazilians. There's a strong cultural exchange between Brazil and the United States, specifically the state of Florida. I'm in the consulate here in Sao Paulo, and before COVID, the consulate was seeing at least 1,500 people a day for visa interviews, just to get a tourist visa. People want to travel to the United States, or Brazilians want to travel to the United States, and they often do, and they get to see the variety and the quality of our product. So there's definitely a lot of those opportunities that you can tap into as you work this market. But as I mentioned in my previous slides, the market is underserved by American products, and you'll find a lot of the European products here, but that's more of a function, again, of how they work the market, and in sometimes that cultural connection that they have. In terms of constraints, I talked about this already. The dollar fluctuation can be a problem. Import procedures can be bureaucratic and it can take a while. But again, you do have a lot of support from at least from us and colleagues in this call to help you navigate through those. Next, please. So I'm getting to the end of my presentation. I'll be available for questions. But this is an example of the social media work that we're doing to promote American products, the U.S. culinary culture in Brazil. This is in Instagram. It's called hashtag U.S. Food Experience, and all the promotional activities that we do are under the this social media campaign. And one of the two reasons why I put this slide in my presentation, one, I hope you can follow us and see what we're up to here. But two, social media is critical in this market to promote your company or promote your product. Uh, Brazil is one of the largest social media users in the world, with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, and others. So it is a must, I would say, that with your partner in Brazil, that you find a way to promote your product and raise awareness using social media. I mentioned WhatsApp, and lately it's gotten more popular in the United States. I know a lot of my colleagues and friends in Florida use it quite a bit because of their connection with Latin America. But WhatsApp is really one of those tools that you really want to have. If you don't have it, do an account with WhatsApp so you can communicate with Brazilians, communicate with your potential partner. It's incredible how often this tool is used, and it often replaces emails and some of the more traditional communication tools that we are used to. So these are things to keep in mind as you look into the Brazilian market. And again, I'm here for the rest of the webinar to answer any potential questions. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. Those are the my contact details. If you feel the need to reach us in the future, we have a team here with 5 Brazilians and myself, and as well our colleagues in Brasilia. So thank you very much, and looking forward to hearing more from you.
Okay, now we have Renato. He's going to join us. Renato is a marketing specialist